This is meteorologist Eric Tallman on the Michigan News Channel, Southeast Michigan, Detroit. Thank you so much for tuning in. We just want to give you a heads up. This is our 7 o'clock p.m. Forecast models. It's just indicating that we have a chance of some snow showers in most of the state of Michigan, even in our part of metropolitan Detroit and the Thumb area especially. But there's actually, if you're way over by Grand Rapids and all that, this section over here could maybe see some snow development over here. We'll look into that in just a little bit. And then it looks like way up here, if you go farther towards the north on the western side of Michigan, it looks like there might be a chance of some snow that possibly could develop over there. But most of us in the state of Michigan have snow chances wherever you can see it colored in purple. So we're starting to get used to the models now. But you can see that there's actually some areas that are not going to see any precipitation at all. So we're going to let you know what happens between 8 and 9 o'clock. And if models indicate no precipitation, then we're good to go. And then we will go on and upward with the extended forecast. And there is some good news to the extended forecast. I'll tell you about that coming up after this when I return with the rest of our forecast. Stay tuned for that. We've got more to come. Thank you so much for joining me once again. This is meteorologist Eric Tallman, and we're going to have an extended edition of our forecast. We wanted to show you our forecast models just to indicate to you heads up of what may be coming, and computer models are still indicating that all across most of the state of Michigan and our metropolitan Detroit area and southeast lower Michigan as well, and even on the western parts of Michigan, snow chances. So we'll kind of look at the radar, we'll check out the radar and all that other stuff in just a little while. So there is the potential that we might have some snow showers develop. I don't really think it's going to be a big ordeal, but this is just what the forecast models are saying right now. So we'll kind of keep an eye on that, but I have not seen any precipitation currently at this time. Otherwise, we would have been advising you guys ahead of time. And then there'll be some other models, computer models that we want to give you heads up on of other tools that we're going to be using in the event of any kind of severe weather. So you want to kind of stay tuned for that. So this is the 8 o'clock forecast model. So we're going to go ahead and show you the 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock computer forecast models, and we'll let you know when the snowy stuff is out of here and the other improvements that we're going to see. We have warm weather on the way for the weekend, and that's the exciting part. So there are going to be some improvements. So stay tuned. We'll give you those other forecast models, and then we'll go on with the extended forecast on the second half of our broadcast. Stay tuned on the Michigan News Channel, Southeast Michigan, Detroit. We'll return in just a moment. Stay with us. And thank you so much for joining us once again on our extended edition of our forecast. This is actually our forecast models for 9 o'clock. You can see that snow chances continue across most of Michigan, even southeast Michigan, even on the western part of Michigan, even in Grand Rapids area, Lansing, Big Rapids, maybe even Mount Pleasant, Midland, Waterford, Sterling Heights, Southfield, Livonia, Westland, Ann Arbor, Detroit, Adrian, Hillsdale, and etc. So we're still seeing computer models indicating that. So let's see what happens at 10 and 11 o'clock, and then after that we'll tell you about the extended forecast. There is some good news. I'll tell you all about it coming up in the second half after we're done completing this forecast model for you. Stay tuned. We've got the rest of it coming up. And welcome back. This is meteorologist Eric Tolman with the forecast models for 10 o'clock tonight. You can kind of see that it's still indicating that we still have chances for snow. All the way, I'm going to go ahead and point out exactly what we're talking about. Let me see if I can zoom in here. I don't want to zoom in too far in. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and point out what we're looking at. Okay, so for most of us in our southeast Michigan area, all the way up into the thumb, we have a chance of snow chances over here. Like I said, I do not think it's going to be a big ordeal. We'll kind of look at other models to see exactly if there's going to be anything that we have to be concerned about and something that we either have to track or watch. So we'll be back with an update if we receive anything at all. And then on the western part of Michigan, same thing, chances of snow. We're not expecting any wintry mix or anything like that, or ice. But like I said, the computer models continue to change, so it might say snow chances, and then all of a sudden it will automatically change, and it will tell us something different. So that's the reason why I'm speculating that I'm now checking, double-checking a couple times to see if the pattern changes. So I'm just verifying that, and then we will also have a special announcement tonight about all of the models that we're going to be showing you, all the different tools that we're going to be using for our forecasting now. So there's a lot of exciting things happening. So the exciting announcement will come up tonight. I will do that presentation tonight and explain to you a list of different things, of things that you will now see on the screen. So there'll be a number of different things that we'll be doing as far as forecasting goes. So there's going to be a lot that you're going to see on the screen, more than what you did before. And the other good news is that when we have an outbreak of severe weather, we're going to be telling you way in advance, even if it's a couple of hours before that. You will be the first one to know. We will break it all out, tell you little bits and pieces about it. We'll tell you about it in the announcement, and we will show you the forecast models tonight as well, and give you a sneak peek of some of the different models that we're going to be using. So we're starting to get used to this. It's going to take time, but we're learning it as a team. So even though this has only been a couple of days, we're still learning it as a team. Us and a whole bunch of other meteorologists across all of southeast Michigan, we're learning this all together. And then the other announcement I'll have is about the changes in regards to the forecasting and the models and all that kind of stuff. So that's the reason why you're seeing different graphics instead of the way we did it before. So that's the reason why there are changes happening at this time, because we're in training and we're learning how to do this setup now. So once we get used to this new system, we'll be able to verify everything all together. So stay tuned for more. We'll see what happens at 11 o'clock. If there's no other chances of snow or any kind of precipitation, then we'll go on forward with the extended forecast. So we're not completely done with our broadcast yet. Stay tuned for more. We've got another look, and then in the second half we'll show you other forecast models that we will be using, and I'll give you a list of those of how we're going to be doing the setup. And I'll give you an estimated date when that is going to go into effect, when we're going to start doing all of this. So stay tuned for more. We've got more coming up after this. We'll give you the forecast models for 11 o'clock for tonight, and then after that, we have other reports after that and much more. Stay tuned. I'll be right back. Thank you once again for joining us again. I know that you guys are probably wondering why this is such an extended broadcast. That's because we're trying to explain to you the new graphics that you're going to start seeing from now on and all that kind of stuff. And we have a very special announcement and other things that we will be telling you tonight, so it is going to be a busy one. We have forecasts that we got to get up and other stuff that will be on our channel this evening, so you want to stay tuned. It's going to be an exciting evening, and we will get all these forecasts up and other news and stuff like that up promptly as quickly as we can. But let's talk weather right now. Okay, there is a good news. By 11 o'clock this evening, you can actually see that the snow chances that that the forecast models were indicating for the last couple of hours, it is going to start to come to an end. You can see most of the area in Macomb County, it's all in the clear where you don't see it all in purple. That just indicates, I'm going to go ahead and zoom in so you can see a little bit. There we go. So you can actually see that there is no precipitation happening all along, extending all the way up farther towards the north, way up here. And then as you go across most of Michigan, way in the middle here, including Oakland, Macomb County, Wayne County, Detroit, and Jackson, Hillsdale, Adrian, Ann Arbor, Westland, Detroit, Livonia, Southfield, Sterling Heights, Flint area, Lansing. There's just so many to name, so I don't want to name them all. There's too many of them. And Monroe as well. I'm sorry, I forgot about Monroe. So you can actually see that a lot of snow chances are going to be coming to an end. So that's actually the good news. Stay tuned. Your extended forecast and much more is coming up after this. And also, I just wanted to verify that if we have an extended weather forecast for whatever reason, if it's due to severe weather or other announcements that we have to verify you, there will be delays on the timing of when the forecast will be up. But we work very quickly to get this up accurately and as quickly as possible. So we'll tell you all of those different announcements coming up tonight. So stay tuned. We've got the next couple of hours to go. So stay tuned for this extended edition of our newscast this evening. This is meteorologist Eric Tolman with the Michigan News Channel, Southeast Michigan, Detroit. We will return between 7:30 and 8 o'clock with announcements and the other forecast models and other tools that we're going to use to alert you on severe weather potential for all of Southeast Michigan. That also includes severe thunderstorms, hail, tornadoes, and all of that kind of stuff. So we have a lot of different, forecast models that we want to show you and give you heads up of what it's going to look like when we do our forecasting. So stay tuned for that. A lot of exciting stuff happening. And I'll break it all down for you coming up in the next couple of hours. So come back and join us between 7:30, 8 o'clock, and we'll see you then. But delays are possible due to the extended time frame for this broadcast only. Thank you. And continue to watch us on the Michigan News Channel, Southeast Michigan, Detroit.